Psoriasis is a very visible and uncomfortable disease to live with. In a world where a perfect look seems to be everything, it can be hard to fathom breaking into the fashion business while living with a disease you can see. Today on beingmeandmyownSkin.com, we will discuss living with psoriasis in the fashion industry, the three must-have psoriasis fashion items for the winter, and learning how to manage flares. I have the honor of speaking with two very special guests. One has lived with psoriasis for over 10 years. You've seen her on BBE's Fashion Police, The Perfect Cat, The Fit for Fashion, this TV show host and fashion journalist Louise Roe, and Dr. Gary Goldenberg, Assistant Clinical Professor of Dermatology at the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai Hospital in New York. Thank you so much for being with me today. I want to go ahead and jump right into the interview. Louise, when were you first diagnosed with psoriasis and how did you feel?
It's a pleasure being on your show, Alicia. About 10 years ago, so I live in LA now, but I was living in London at the time, and I was working at a fashion magazine. And it was a really cool, fun job, but it was extremely long hours, and there was quite a lot expected of me. I was traveling a lot, going straight to the office from the airport, and I discovered this red, very itchy rash that made my skin go kind of dry and scaly, and it wasn't awful at first, so I kind of ignored it. And then it got worse, and I just thought, okay, this is clearly something that's not going away on its own. I had no idea it was psoriasis. I didn't really even know what that was. I think I'd heard that word. And I went to my dermatologist. But I think what was even harder than living with discomfort of it was the confidence it took away from me. Like you said in your intro, breaking into the fashion industry, it's all about hair, makeup, clothing, and I was surrounded by very confident, beautiful people, and I wanted to keep up with them. I was also starting to report from the red carpet on camera, so even more pressure. And if I was having a flare-up, it would kind of happen quite quickly, and you can't control where that happens. So I was getting kind of expert at hiding things with various clothes, but inside I was kind of struggling to find my self-esteem.
How did you overcome those feelings and finally just coming to terms that you have this condition and sharing it with others? What was that process like?
It was a slow process. I spoke to my mum. I'm very close to my mum, and for a long time it was only her that I confided in. And I was angry, I was frustrated, more so than being sad. I was like, why is this happening to me? I've since found out that 7.5 million people in America have psoriasis. So pretty much everyone will know someone with it, And I was also hosting a makeover show at the time called Plain Jane on MTV, where my job was to instill young women with confidence. And I thought, okay, I need to start taking my own medicine here, because I was preaching a lot of advice, and I was taking it. But like anything in life, you feel like that one day, and then it goes that the other day, and I'm only human, so I even still now will struggle with confidence. But I've definitely learned how to manage the emotional side through support from friends. And the physical side, I know, is triggered by stress for me. So I do as much as I can to stay cool and calm and not let stress get the better of me like it used to.
So I think it's wonderful that you discuss managing the emotional and the physical part of living with psoriasis. How do you manage your treatment and keeping your flares at bay?
Well, the I guess holistic approach is that I'm a lot more aware of what I'm eating and drinking. I don't follow a specific strict diet, but I'm really all about the fresh fruit and vegetables, and I'm a bit more aware of where it's coming from. I love a farmer's market, it's all local and it's seasonal, with a lot less processed and preservatives, that kind of thing. And I exercise regularly, 3 or 4 times a week. I mix it up, whether it's spinning or circuit classes, going on a really long walk. And I make sure, I try and make sure, Alicia, that I get enough sleep, but that is hard. I've got a little baby, and so that's not always easy.
Right.
Yeah, so in terms of treatment, Dr. Goldenberg can definitely talk more specifically to the medical side of what people with psoriasis can look out for and try.
And that leads me into my next question, which is for Dr. Goldenberg. People who are in the fashion industry are typically on the go. They're always very busy, and sometimes they don't necessarily have a lot of time for treatments that require a lot of attention. What treatments do you suggest for people in the fashion world who don't necessarily want to do things like topical treatments or medicines that really require a lot of time?
Thank you, Alicia. I think what's important, whether you're in the fashion industry or you're just a regular person who is watching this video and reading your blog, is that it's important to work with your dermatologist to formulate the treatment plan that's right for you, because not every treatment is going to be right for every patient. And you are correct to say that there are multiple treatment options that are available, and these range from things like creams and lotions and ointments for those of patients that have sort of more mild disease, to a pill called a Tesla or a Premolest for patients with moderate to severe psoriasis, plaque psoriasis, to biologic injections. So there's a whole host of medications that are available. And I think what I want your viewers to understand is that we've made great improvements in the treatments that we can offer our patients. So if you have psoriasis and you've tried to get it treated in the past and you were unsuccessful or discouraged, I would encourage you now to go back to your dermatologist and discuss the newer available treatments. And I would also encourage your viewers to go to psoperspective.com, where they can learn more about Louise's story, as she so eloquently put, but also get sort of this, what I call medical grade information on all the treatment options that are available out there, so you can arm yourself with the right information and the right questions for your dermatologist when you do go visit.
That's awesome advice. Louise, what are the 3 must-have fashion items for people living with psoriasis this winter? Our skin can get irritated so quickly with different materials, or some of us like to cover up. What are your 3 fashion items that you can suggest?
It's obviously up to the individual, so I don't know if this will be right for everyone, but for me, I actually just did a shoot, it's going up on my blog tomorrow, with a high neck, long sleeved, very long navy dress, and it's from French Connection. It's a very soft, not scratchy, very stretchy material, and it's so elegant. And I just love navy for fall because it goes beautifully with all those warm colors, the cognacs, the camels, the burgundies. I'm also all about a nice high boot. I think the faux python boots you can get that hit the knee or slightly above the knee, and the shape this season is that it's a little bit looser, which is actually great again if you are suffering from a flare up on your leg, because it won't be as tight and sort of scratchy, less friction. And then, I mean, just a fabulous bag. I think I'm all about the interesting clutch bags that are a little bit more solid, and that, if you don't want to wear a crazy print on your body, I always suggest doing it on the accessory because it's a little less bold, but it still makes a real punch.
Awesome. Those are great tips. And lastly, I just want to kind of end with this. What advice do you have for men and women who want to break into the fashion business, but they're really afraid that their psoriasis will be a hindrance?
I know it sounds easier than done, but you just don't even think about that as being an issue. Yes, you can cover up, so that's the physical side. But in terms of the mental side and what you would be valued for with your creativity, your hard work, not giving up, go for that internship. I've written an entire piece on how to break into the fashion industry on my blog, louiseroe.com. I've got tons of career tips and ideas, what to do, what not to do. And I think that psoriasis should not even be a flicker of doubt or a consideration in your mind.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time and sharing your great tips of advice. And I know the listeners of beingmeandmyownSkin.com will definitely be able to take advantage of the information that you gave today. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you.